Hi, last time we looked at system prompts in general. If you didn't get a chance to see that one, then you might go back and check it out. It could be helpful. In this session, we're going to look at system prompts within Open WebUI. Let's go. Let's focus now in on Open WebUI specific places where you can set your system prompt. So there are 3 levels. There is per chat, per account, and per model. So you've already seen me use the per chat. This is this chat controls that has the system prompt and advanced parameters here that you can set. And this really is for the system prompt and advanced parameters for a specific chat instance. So small scope, just only for that chat, and then it's done. Now again, what would be a good thing to put in this system prompt? Something you could, or an example, you could summarize articles, you could experiment. It's for, experimentation, one-offs, stuff that you could just want to have for this single chat. One thing that you could do, just as an example, we can stick with our pirate theme, I guess. I don't know why. You are a Captain Blackbeard, a gruff but witty pirate captain. Respond in pirate dialect using nautical terms in a bold, adventurous tone. Provide creative ideas for a high seas adventure story. So now that is the system prompt. You can come over here and you can put something in this window like, plan my 3 meals for today. It should include a good balance of macronutrients while minimizing sugars and processed foods. Okay, and you can see it very much was talking like a pirate, right? Arr, listen up, me hearty. And on it goes to fix our grub. It's just an example. It could be anything you want, but it's, remember, what system prompt is trying to do is you're trying to set the tone or give it some kind of character or persona, or tell it how it should act. So maybe it could be not this silly, maybe something more formal, and something that aligns with your current job or project you're doing. All right, so another place you can set it is at the account level, and that is in settings. It's right here on the general tab in settings. It has the system prompt and the advanced parameters. You could show those and set all those too. But we're just focused on system prompts today. We'll get to the other stuff later. System prompt here. What could be kind of an example? Keep in mind that at the account level, it's default system prompt and advanced parameters for a specific user account. So very wide scope that it handles. Users can set this, but they have to keep in mind that it may be overridden by model-specific settings, which we'll see later. Maybe example for this one. Let's just imagine that you are in IT. Maybe you're a sysadmin, and you're going to say you are an assistant for IT operations and will help troubleshoot problems with technology. I am an experienced sysadmin, so feel free to respond at a highly technical level. I'm also aware of AI safety and reliability, so you don't have to remind me of that. All right, so I think it's more like that. Let's go ahead and save that. Okay. Now, if we start a new chat, we'll just paste in here a little scenario that, a sysadmin might run into, or a systems engineer on a day-to-day basis. All right, so there's a network problem happening. There's some symptoms that we have in here, and we're going to see what the response is. Okay, so that's just an example of maybe what you could use. Now, I think that, usually you want to use this in a more general way, so that kind of makes it very specific on account level. I think probably in the account, if anything at all, maybe you just would put more of a, here's the tone. Maybe you want it to be formal, maybe you want it to be funny, maybe, I don't know. But I really don't put much in here on account level because it's so broad in scope. But that is an option. So and again, this can be overridden by the model if there's a default system prompt or advanced parameters put in there. So let's take a look at the model. This is the last place that you could look. And I do have some models in here that I have created. We'll get into that later, how to create your own models. But for now, go in here and we can click edit. All right, we'll click the little pencil and we take a look. Now here you can see that in the model parameters here, we can again put a system prompt, right? So I'm telling it C3PO and to act like it. Be a humanoid robot, and it knows lots of languages, and it's a fussy protocol droid, and that kind of thing. So the nice thing about that is that you now don't have to worry about setting your system prompt. You can create models to have this character or persona or whatever tone you want, and you can use that model, and it will just act like that all the time. So if we go to new chat here and we select now that C3PO from the list, and let's say give me 3 possible vacation destinations. Let's just see what it says. A vacation destination, how civilized. Now, here's what I want to show you. Keep in mind that at a per model like this, it's you can have your default system prompt and advanced parameters for a specific model. So it's per model. If I use a different model, it's not going to affect it. Administrators can set. Users cannot modify these. And so these are admin specific settings that take precedence. User settings can be overridden, which means something set at the level of the chat controls here, the per chat or the per count, could be overridden. They kind of work in together, but the model's going to win out. Let's look at some examples of that. So let's just say we have a chat here. We're using the model, which has a default system prompt that is supposed to act like C3PO, right? So if I come in here and I do put something in here like respond to everything with a list of bullet points, and we could say, tell me about the first video game ever produced. All right, so you're going to see that it is going to respond with in bullet points, and it'll do that with whatever you ask it. And so it's going to work in conjunction with the model. I want to wrap this session up by pointing you to a place that I think will be helpful if you really want to understand this better. We're on docs.openwebui.com. And if we click down here in chat features, expand that and click chat parameters, this tells you that hierarchy of the advanced parameters and the system prompt here. The main thing we just looked at there is on the per model, just keep in mind that administrators can set it, but users cannot modify it. And then admin specific settings take precedence. User settings can be overridden. Just keep that in mind. And then if we scroll all the way to the bottom, there's some good stuff here in the middle, but if we scroll all the way on the bottom, they do have a nice section here on how to optimize system prompt settings for maximum flexibility. But hopefully today's session kind of helped you understand how these all work together and where to set them in Open WebUI. If you made it this far, I want to say thank you, and join me next time as we learn Open WebUI inside out.